back with a brand new SmackDown video, and we're back to this channel. It's been like a couple of days since I last posted to this channel, because honestly, I haven't had no video ideas, so I didn't want to throw a dumb video idea that I had no reason to do about, because I feel like you guys need to see that dumb video ideas that I could care less about. So I decided to wait until SmackDown to do a video idea, and at least I know a good video idea that I know I can trust. It's been a while since I used a microphone. I've been got on this thing, so yeah. But anyway, let's get into this. Before we get into the video, drop a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, because I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Really appreciate that before we get to the end of the year. Anyway, let's hop into this SmackDown where we, in the beginning of the show, we start off with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest attacking each other. And they threw each other against the barricade. And then, after all of that, they showed recaps of last week. And then Tiffany Stratton comes out and basically says, "It's Tiffany time," and blah, blah, blah. And Alexa Bliss got the huge pop coming out, like the crowd was popped. And she said, "Hi, I don't think we got it formally introduced. My name's Alexa." And then she said, "I was impressed that you beat Charlotte Flair, but again, I don't think we should have a narcissist calling herself the queen." Yeah, bro. She called Charlotte Flair a narcissist, calling herself a queen. Was an insane line. Crazy. And she was talking bad about Charlotte and says, "Can we call yourself Tiffy? Can we call yourself Tiffy?" Okay. And then Charlotte comes out and says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. I am the humblest 14-time world champion of all time." She thinks she's Logan Paul out here saying she's humble. The only person in the WWE that's humble is Logan Paul and Dominic Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. Those are the only 3 people in the WWE that are humble. Yeah. And then she says she's going to enter her first Money in the Bank match, which, by the way, that is shocking. Think about that. This is Charlotte Flair's first trying to get into her first Money in the Bank match. She's never been in a Money in the Bank. What? She's been cashed in a bunch of times, but she's never actually won it. That's surprising. Anyway, Tiffany called them both vintage, and she left. Toodles. And then we went into the triple threat gauntlet match with Julia taking on Michin, taking on Charlotte Flair for the contendership, and Julia stomped the head of Charlotte Flair straight into the mat, which that got a big pop. All the moves that were doing to Charlotte got a big pop. And then this suplex thing and this beautiful, actually, no. Zelina Vega got thrown up into a suplex, but she reversed it both on Julia and Charlotte, hitting a DDT. And then Zelina and Julia got into it. They did some punches. Charlotte and Julia did some things, but then Zelina Vega hit a moonsault off the top rope, or top turnbuckle, whatever you call on them, both of them. And then we came back from commercial break, and Julia and Charlotte were wrestling, and then Charlotte tried to do this figure 8 lock on Julia, but they got hit with a Meteora. And then I think this was I don't know if I know what it was, I can't tell. And then when Charlotte went for the figure 8 on Zelina Vega, Julia broke it up by doing stomps on her legs and then picking up Zelina Vega, hitting the Northern Lights suplex bomb. 1, 2, 3. Julia has officially qualified for the Money in the Bank match. And this is big for Julia. She's a rookie. She hasn't even completed her first year in WWE, and she's already on the main roster. She's already going to Money in the Bank. She's a legit person to actually win the match. So congratulations to her. But after the match, Chelsea Green came in with her secret herbish and basically was making fun of them and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, it ended up turning into a big brawl with Fat Michin and B-Fab. Yeah. Anyway, we had DIY. Actually, no, we had Tommaso Ciampa taking on Chris Sabin in the beautiful one singles match of rare time. And then, of course, Chris Sabin was doing his regular moves. Tommaso Ciampa did this nasty white noise onto the apron. Sounds crazy. 1, 2, roll up centuries, and then Chris Sabin decided to go flying. But then all of a sudden, when the referee was distracted, Chris Sabin gets attacked by Candice LeRae. Knee to the face after Tommaso Ciampa was acting like he got injured. He pulled on the knee pad and kneed Chris Sabin right in the face after that. Candice LeRae assists 1, 2, 3 DIY and has gained Candice LeRae. Maybe they try and make the NXT way, but I don't think they should do that because Indy Hartwell. So you know what, Indy Hartwell would have worked well with this group. I feel like, bro, because they always travel together, bro. It doesn't matter. Anyway. Fraxine was talking to Byron Saxton about how they're going to try to win in this big tag team match and all that stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Also, this is beautiful. Ooh, bro. Beautiful background, not going to lie. Anyway, they show recaps of John Cena since he turned heel. And then, right before Damian Priest tried to make his entrance, he just got jumped by Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, and they just kept fighting back and forth, and they were fighting the entire night. And then Jacob told Solo his issues with JC Mateo, and he says, I don't like you, I don't know you, you're not my blood, I don't trust you, and you're not my family. And that caused Solo to get mad a little bit, and JC Mateo too. So, yeah. Anyway, it was the Secret Herbish taking on B-Fab and Michin. But then, during their match, the Women's United States Champion took down Chelsea Green. And then all of a sudden, Alba Fire gets hit with Eat the Feet. And then this crazy move right here. And 1, 2, 3, they lose. Michin and B-Fab win the match. So, yeah. Anyway, it was time for this Legado del Fantasma. I don't know what you would call this. What would you call this? Like a mission? Like a dinner? I think. Yeah, dinner. And he basically was trying to convince Berto to rejoin. And basically a big announcement was hit. Hold on, let me do it here. We finally got the first announced Worlds Collide match, WWE versus AAA. We have Legado Fantasma versus El Hero D Wenger Jr. and the Psycho Clown and the Payroll. I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know who that is. It's streaming on YouTube. Wait, this is on Peacock? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm starting to think should I watch Worlds Collide? I don't know. Anyway, it was JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu taking on Jimmy Uso and Ray Phoenix. This was a pretty good match. Jimmy and Ray doing their super kicks, and then Jimmy just launched Ray Phoenix onto the top rope, and then he did the spinny stuff like that. It was pretty cool if you ask me. And then Jacob Fatu and Jim got into it, and then Jimmy Uso pulled out the Uso in the wind, Uso in the wind, yeah. And then Jacob got hit with the super kick by what's his name, Ray Phoenix, and then when he was on the top rope with Jacob, he hit JC Mateo with the kick, and then this was a beautiful Poison Rana into the turnbuckle, and then Jimmy sent JC Mateo with that super kick thing, and then they went flying, and then Ray Phoenix went flying, but then Ray Phoenix tried to do a suicida through the middle rope, try to land on what's his name, Jake Batu, but got caught, slammed on the table, spear from JC Mateo, and then all of a sudden, LA Knight, Jacob Batu, or no, not LA Knight, Jacob Batu Solo Sikoa distracts Jimmy Uso jumps, gets caught by JC Mateo, one dash away, and then turns all the way around and hits with the tour of the islands, 1, 2, 3, new bloodline 3.0 wins again. So yeah. Anyway, LA Knight was talking trash about his opponents, Aleister Black and Shinsuke, for the Money in the Bank qualifier match against Two Virus Connection. And then we get to the R-Truth segment. R-Truth was cooking here. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was basically saying how he's gonna try to beat the brand new old John Cena into him, and basically all like this stuff about John Cena. It was hilarious. It was a good promo. Don't remember it because I think I came back after I was using a dookie. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the Money in the Bank qualifier matches. LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a great Money in the Bank qualifier match. We already knew that Shinsuke was there to take the pin, as always, but it's still a great match with Aleister Black and Shinsuke having like the same background-ish. But anyway, when Aleister Black was on the top rope, out of nowhere, LA Knight jumped to the top rope, took him, did a superplex, and then out of nowhere, Shinsuke took out LA Knight, but then Aleister and Shinsuke were cooking after he did this beautiful springboard moonsault onto him, and then LA Knight took this, did this like burning hammer thing, but this was a beautiful sell by Aleister Black, but then Aleister Black did the moonsault from the top rope onto LA Knight and Shinsuke, beautiful, and then Aleister Black did a tope over the top rope, landing on LA Knight, and then LA Knight did a Megastar elbow drop and Aleister Black, and then Shinsuke did this beautiful toss over the head to Aleister Black, and Aleister Black sold it like greatness. And then out of nowhere, when Shinsuke was going for his Kinshasa, he got hit with a black mask, but then LA Knight threw Aleister Black out of the ring and then pinned Shinsuke Nakamura. It was a great way to protect Aleister Black and a way to get LA Knight to Money in the Bank so he can win it and cash in on John Cena or Jey Uso, whatever one he needs, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, great way to protect Aleister Black though for not taking the pin though. We already knew that Shinsuke was taking the pin no matter who won anyway, so I mean, it's fine. Anyway, we got a little backstage segment with The Miz and Mello. Pretty cool. But let's get to the main event of the show, which was the WWE Tag Team Championship match, and it was the Fraxium, which I was praying that I hoped to win, and Street Profits, the WWE champions. This match was so good. Takes me back when Fraxium was the NXT Tag Team Champions, and they were just having banger after banger after banger after banger last summer. I'm excited for this summer with the tag team division on SmackDown. I wish it was on Raw. Not gonna lie. Anyway, Fraxium was cooking, hitting their tag team moves, doing the dive. Then Frazier did a tope over the top rope, and then a moonsault too for Axiom did, and then Axiom hit this beautiful jumping DDT on Angelo Dawkins, and then Frazier kept cooking on Montez, and then these big chops, and then this beautiful running super kick, and then out of nowhere Axiom had a submission on, and then they both had a guillotine and a chokehold on, but then Nathan Frazier did the superplex into a super kick brainbuster, but then all of a sudden it all cleared out of the way. Angelo Dawkins put Axiom on his shoulders, then they did a blockbuster, but out of nowhere, it's a 2.99 seconds. Nathan Frazier saved him. Bear was on a roast when the referee hit 2. And then they did a Phoenix Splash thing like that, but then all of a sudden, DIY, and then Motion Machine Guns jumped, and that was in there for like no reason at all, but then all of a sudden, Montez dove over the LED post, but then, because he was just having fun, Angelo Dawkins takes Frazier, did his spinebuster, was try to get Montez on the top rope, try to do it, but then the lights went out. The Wyatt 6 were there, and Montez was like, oh my god. Oh, he was doing the pray stuff, but he was like, oh my god. And then, what's his name? Dexter Loomis threw Montez off the top rope. Aaron Rowan took down DIY, and Morrison Machine Guns. Nikki Cross took out Candice LeRae. Angelo Dawkins got hit by Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis, and then Uncle Howdy attacking Nathan Frazier for no reason, and then a beautiful sell for Johnny Gargano taking the Sister Abigail, and the little Wyatt 6 stand tall after what 8, 7 months of being away from TV. They had that match with Final Testament. Like I'm pretty sure it was Final Testament's like last match or whatever. And like they're pretty sure it was like the last match or whatever. And somehow they came back. Like I'm pretty sure. Also, I think today is his Bray Wyatt's birthday. So what an interesting day to come back. Huh. What an interesting day to come back. But I'm kind of curious what this means since they came back attacking the tag team division. So what I'm seeing here is they're gonna attack. They're going after tag team gold, which is okay, are crazy, I guess. They're going after tag team championship gold on SmackDown. What's they gonna do? What they gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do on SmackDown. I think they're going after the tag team championships or in the tag team division. It looks like from what they just showed here. What do you guys think in the comments below about this? But yeah. Anyway, that's your Friday Night SmackDown. A kind of a surprising ending. Won't lie. But what do you guys think in the comments below? Anyway, have a beautiful rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye. Actually, I probably won't see you tomorrow. Bye.